Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz and today we're playing Cycle Storm. The only card in the deck that says Storm is Reaping the Graves, and we're going to put a ton of creatures in our graveyard by playing 22 cycling creatures. Granite Healer, Stinger, Vantasaur, or the Broken Lands, Street Wraith, and Monstrous Carabid. But Draenei Stingers actually are win condition because it pings our opponent whenever you cycle another card. So we're going to make a bunch of mana with Songs of the Damned, get our cards back with Reaping the Graves, and blast our opponent. This is a Rakdos version of Cycle Storm, which uses Deadly Dispute to sacrifice our lands, also getting back colored sources, so we have like really 8 Lotus Petals, as well as our 4 Great Furnace to really blast and go through the deck very quickly. We have Ardent Elementalist to return spells, and then you can Deadly Dispute the Ardent Elementalist, which is also pretty awesome, and then Teachings as a way to get something out of the deck, like the other copy of Songs or Reaping the Graves. In the sideboard, I'm going anti-red with Breath Weapon. I think it's the best way to deal with red in the metagame, so hopefully that'll work. We just have to make land drops and then wipe them as they go for their Alpha Strike. And then I'm playing a Mirror Shell Crab as a 1-of to counter Weather the Storms and other stuff like potentially a Relic Activation. Got Fairy Macabre for graveyard-based decks, Ingot Chewer for relics, Pyroblast for blue decks, and Flaring Pain for strands. Pretty quick overview, but the deck is pretty straightforward, and I played it a bit, so if you want to check out the other videos, definitely like and subscribe, look around the channel, and check out my other Cycling Storm videos. If you want to get a sideboard guide for Familiars, Altertron, or Poison Storm, check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/kalikaiz. And make sure to check out cardmarket.com if you're in Europe. Pick up your MH3 cards, pick up some cards for your battle box, maybe this one, and I'll see you in the matches. Round 1 versus Abby Javs. We're going to mulligan this, no lands. We have multiple lands. I think this is probably a keep, and we can put back, I feel like the Cabal Ritual doesn't do that much right now. We'll put back the Ritual, and then turn 2 double cycle, turn 3 double cycle, and hopefully we can win turn 4. We're just looking to draw through our deck. They play Bojuka Bog. So they're probably on some sort of blue-based, like, mid-range deck. Play a land, pass the turn. If it's not blue-black, then it is blue-black. Maybe they're on the Teachings deck. Pass the turn. They would have to have a bounce land to get their Bojuka Bog back. They're going to Brainstorm. We find the Teachings here off the top that can help get us our other cards. Plays a land. Augur of Bolas, so it seems to be another Fae deck. A Fae deck. Enough out for the opponent. So they probably can't pick up the Bojuka Bog other than with a bounce land. I think I'm okay to cycle a little bit. Vault of Whispers, pass the turn. We can do 3 cycles on this next turn, actually 4 cycles. Let's see what they do. We're going to get in. Will there be a ninja? No ninja. Cycle. Cycle again. Cycle. We have Dark Rituals. Not found a next land yet. I'm going to cycle here 1 time. Find Songs of the Damned. Looking for a land here, cycling Street Wraith. Cycle another Street Wraith. A land. I guess I'm probably in the position I want to play that. Opponent plays a land. We're going to get in. To use this opportunity to Deadly Dispute. See if they want to counterspell. Okay, they did counterspell. Cycle this Monstrous Carabid. Find the Reaping. Cycle again. Okay. We almost have it, but the problem is if they have Spellstarter Sprite in hand, then how am I going to play through that? Getting in for 1. Go to 13. Another Songs of the Damned. I think I pass. So I could play around the Spellstarter Sprite in hand by going Cabal Ritual first. Going to put me to 12 here. I have 7 cards in hand. Plenty of mana from the opponent. We find the Reaping now. Play a Cabal Ritual. Cast a Dispel. Okay. I think I should wait until my turn. I have more mana available. 6 cards in hand for the opponent. They cast a Tolarian Terror. Okay, I think they're dead. Gets in for 1. Sure. How about Dark Ritual? Dark Ritual again. Cycle this Carabid. Play the Great Furnace. Play the Lotus Petal. So we can Songs of the Damned. They cast a Spellstutter Sprite. We songs again, then teachings for songs and songs again, and then win. Songs, counterspell. Okay, songs of the damned, blue, teachings. Get the songs of the damned again. We have a lot of creatures in the graveyard, 11. That's songs of the damned. So I could teachings for the 4th songs, and that would make my reaping better. Or I could reaping right now and then teachings later. I'm gonna reaping right now. You get back everything, play out the stinger, and then start going. Let's try that. I'm just targeting everything here. Everything I could target anyway. F6. Let these resolve. They have a snuff out in hand. Yeah. My stinger. Use a snuff out. Let's cycle. If I find a deadly dispute, I can deadly dispute the stinger. Cycle again. So I found the reaping. Now I can just go ahead and get back the songs from the teachings. Cycle. Okay, I'm gonna cycle my horror here. That cycles, and then we're gonna draw what? Dark Ritual. Okay, that's Dark Ritual. Nice that this just added to the storm count. Cycle. I have to remember that teachings for songs cost 7 black mana. They scoop it up. Could not beat us. Yes. Finally. Beating Fae. Okay, so 1 second. I need to go look up and see if they're playing relics. I should probably just not play around it, but we'll see. Usually they're on 2 relics. Don't think the crab is that good though. I'm gonna cut the teachings and 2 Cabal Rituals. And then 1 horror. Okay, we have like fine mana, so I think I keep this. Play the Baron more, turn 2 double cycle. If they want to go for relics, then we can like play out the Lotus Petal and deadly dispute the Lotus Petal and put cards into the graveyard and then just try to force through a relic, which can be difficult, but it is doable. They play a Maestro's Theater after mulliganing to 5. It's an island. Play my land and pass the turn. They're going to ponder. They find an island. Plays the island. Did not shuffle the ponder. Will they relic right now? Plays Nile Spellbomb. Okay. Play a land. Play this Lotus Petal. I'm going to deadly dispute the Lotus Petal. Puts me back to 7 cards in hand. I can pass the turn. Ponders. So I think the card that we want to not put in the graveyard potentially is the Street Wraith, because the Street Wraith is 0 mana cycler on the combo turn, and that's very important. They play Augur Bolus, finding a Dispel. Okay, so I know there's a Dispel in hand, and then I'll Spellbomb on the table. I almost can cast my Monstrous Carabid. I feel like I just want to play the Stinger out and then cycle. I don't want them to Ninja. Let's cycle the Healer. More mana, and I can just start casting Carabids and have 4/4s on the table, which they probably can't manage to deal with. Turn 3. Okay, let's pass the turn. There's another Augur Bolus. I know they're at 20 from my 1 cycle. What do you find? Finds a Hydroblast. You're gonna Hydroblast my guy? I guess that makes the Carabids worse. They're just gonna bring in thousands of Hydroblasts. Let's cycle the Street Wraith in response. Finding another Stinger. Okay. Gonna attack, put me to 19. Now they have Dispel in hand. People always say like to not play this way, but I'm just going to continue to put things on the table. Now they have Dispel. Looks like they're not going to attack. They don't want to take my beats. 5 cards in hand. Just cycle this Carabid. You go to 18. Finding Songs of the Damned, but they have Dispel. It is known. I'm gonna play a Carabid. Now I have a 4/4. Next turn, maybe I'll have another 4/4, depending if they have a Spell Stutter Sprite for Lotus Petal. Right, let's go ahead and attack. Now they have Dispel in hand. Let's see if they have the Spell Stutter Sprite. Nope. Okay, so let's cast another Carabid. Yay, it's working. Yes! Let's go to round 2. Alright, round 2 versus Luwagne. And we are up a match, and our opponent has last seen on like a Mardu Affinity deck. So I'm gonna play my land and pass the turn. I have a bunch of cyclers in hand. It looks like they're on the Mardu Affinity. I don't know if they're playing main deck relics. Let's go check it out. Looks like all they have they don't have any main deck hate, and the sideboard is all just Pearl Shamans. So we're gonna be Not looking very good into the Gorilla Shamans, but let's see what happens here. We can probably win game 1 and then hope that they don't draw the Gorilla Shamans and just try to speed. Or like draw into my cycle lands. They play a Wellspring and pass the turn. We're going to cycle. Okay. Let's cycle the Street Wraith. See if I can find a 0 mana cycler. Cycle again. Okay. I'm in 1 mana cycler. Cycle the Horror. We find a Baron more. We have 5 in the graveyard. Let's cycle the Street Wraith. If I find a Songs, maybe I could go for it. Cycle. Cycle again. Not find it. Cycle again. Pass the turn. We have a ton of creatures in the graveyard. I mean, of anything, we could go like Petal, 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 Reaping. We're close to dead if they have a bunch of burn, though. Okay, they play Experimental Synthesizer and then Vault of Whispers into a Blood Fountain. And then a Glinhawk and Mirror Enforcer. They're going off. Okay, let's cycle this Stinger. Cycle. Songs of the Damned. Petal. 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 Pass Songs of the Damned. 10 creature cards in the graveyard. Let's cycle again. Looking for rituals. Find a Dark Ritual. I can Reap in the Graves. They're tapped out, so I want to get the Street Wraiths back. Go Vantasaur. Back my Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith. That's 6 damage. And then Stinger, Stinger. 0 mana cycle. Dark Ritual's good because that adds more ability for us to cycle as well as gives me more mana. Deadly Dispute I like because I can turn this land into mana. Find Elementalist so we can get back the Songs of the Damned. They should be pretty easy peasy now. Ball Ritual, cycle again, Dark Ritual, we're at 8 life. Okay, cycle the Carabid, and we're going to cycle this Healer, 10 mana, another Songs, cycle again. Actually, I want to Deadly Dispute the Elementalist. Oops. Let's cycle this Vantasaur, another Vantasaur, Healer. Oh my goodness. Street Wraith going to 6. Dark Ritual. Make a red. We're going to Elementalist. Gets back the Songs. We're going to wait to cast it until we Deadly Dispute the Elementalist to maximize the creatures. Go Cabal Ritual. Songs. 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 And they're dead. So now I'll just get all my creatures back. Looking through everything. Trying not to narrate it out. It's too boring. Everything comes back, and then we will go white, red, red, and start cycling, because if I play out the Healer, then we can gain a bunch of life, and they scoop it up. We have to be worried about Gorilla Shaman. How can we deal with Gorilla Shaman? Although maybe we want to bring in the Ingot Chewers. I'm just going to run it back and see what happens. I mean, I could bring in 1 Mirror Shell Crab, counter the Shaman. I don't know if that's that good, though. I think I should just try to win or it comes down. Okay, we've opened a hand that I definitely like, given that we have the 2 Baron Moors in the face of a potential Gorilla Shaman. Opponent plays a Goldmire Bridge. Let's play Baron Moor and pass the turn. I think they're trying to go for Mardu Affinity in preparation for the familiar rat thing that will be like pretty prevalent in a couple days. Play the Baron Moor and pass the turn. Opponent plays another Bridge. Play Core Skyfisher, picking up the Wellspring. So these Core Skyfishers can kind of add up quickly. Let's cycle. Cycle again. Okay, I play a land. Then I will pass the turn. If they Gorilla Shaman my land, I can Deadly Dispute it. Plays the Wellspring again. We have 3 creatures in the graveyard after this, and we have a bunch of mana, so we're looking for Reap in the Graves. Plays a Duress. Let's cycle again. So, how much do I care about the Deadly Dispute? I think I do care. Maybe I don't. I feel like they have to just let them take the Deadly Dispute here. Kind of sucks. If I find Reaping the Graves, then I can probably go off from this position. I found a Deadly Dispute anyway. Sweet. Okay, we get in. They get in for 2. Find a Stinger. Cycle. Cycle a Vantasaur. Another Street Wraith. Did the land. Will play out the Lotus Petal. Pass the turn. Maybe I should have just gone for it. Okay, I didn't take anything out of the deck. We're now at 14. Plays another Wellspring. All right. So you got another duress. No, they're gonna deadly dispute the Wellspring. Okay. 8 cards in hand, 1 mana available, 2 mana available now with the Vault of Whispers. They play a duress. I'm gonna deadly dispute my Lotus Petal. They can duress away my Songs of the Damned now. And they do take it. As a Mirror Enforcer. Ardent Elementalist would be okay here. And 700 Mirror Enforcers enter the table. Okay. They decline to attack for some reason. Let's cycle the Street Wraith, looking for a way to go off. Cycle the Vantasaur. And we lose. See if I would have Deadly Disputed before. I think we could have won if we had Deadly Disputed on that earlier turn. Let's see. Looks like Reaping was just nowhere to be found regardless. Okay. Try again. We would like to play first. Alright, I'm just going to keep this hand, play a land, and pass the turn. They mulligan to 6. Apparently Duress is pretty effective versus me. I had no idea. Alright. Play my land, your turn. See if they play a tap land again. Yep, they do. Okay, let's cycle. Find a Songs. Cycle again. Cycle the Street Wraith, looking for a land. And a Baron more. So if they have a Duress, I could go Songs, cycle, cycle, cycle. But that probably doesn't matter, right? Let's just pass. I expect them to have a Duress here, unfortunately. Blood Fountain instead. Play a black line, or another bridge. Cycle. 4 cards in the graveyard. This is 5 in the graveyard. 6 in the graveyard. Only turn 3. Probably shouldn't try to go for it, right? I'll pass the turn. I guess next turn I can Petal, then Cabal Ritual. Opponent plays a Goldmire Bridge. Plays a Mirror Enforcer for 2 mana. Okay, now we've got it. Petal. Petal. Make a red, I guess. Black, black, Cabal Ritual. Start cycling. Cycle this Stinger. Cycle again. Again. Play the Vault of Whispers. Tap it. Deadly Dispute the Vault of Whispers. Dark Ritual. Ball Ritual. Sweet. Storm is 6. So, probably just 9 creature cards in the graveyard. We just go Songs into Reaping. Get back. Stinger on the bottom. I think we have to just loop everything here. Go Street Wraith, and then the rest. We did not get every creature back. Let's cycle the Street Wraith. They're tapped out. Deadly Dispute is pretty good. Cycle again. Another Reaping. Cycle. Another Reaping. We're looking for mana now. Cycling the Healer. A bunch of creature cards are going into the graveyard. I don't think I can afford to cycle the Baron more right now. Better to cast a Deadly Dispute for that. We're cycling a Healer again. Dark Ritual is awesome. Get back the Vantasaur and cycle it. Stinger is going to come back. Another Stinger in our hand. Uh-oh. Cycle. Cycle again. Another Deadly Dispute. Dispute this land. We found the Songs. Yay! Got there. The Petal. We can just pass the Songs of the Damned. Maybe it's worth it to Baron more first. Cycle. Songs of the Damned. Cycling. Dark Ritual. The Dispute. I don't know. I'm gonna go for Reaping again. I think this gets everything back. You have 13. Yep. Okay. Storm is enough. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards. Back to Street Wraiths first. Street Wraith. And all the rest. Okay, our opponent scoops. Perfect. On round 3. We're here in round 3 versus Comigo. They tend to play fairies or blue decks. We have a pretty good hand of we have 3 cyclers, Deadly Dispute, Cabal Ritual. Once again, missing on black mana. I still think it's a keep on the play. Land, pass the turn. Opponent is on mono red, it looks like. Oh, Kiln Fiend. Let's cycle this. Street Wraith. Play Great Furnace. I'm gonna play this Stinger as a blocker. I don't really have anything that I can do for Kiln Fiend. I have Breath Weapon potentially post board. There's Rite of Flame. Okay. They make 3 mana. Make this thing have a bunch of power. Okay, it's at 8-2. So if they have Battle Rage, we're just dead. Okay, it's been real. So our opponent had Rite of Flame, Kiln, Fiend, Battle Rage, and a Trample effect all in their hand. Okay. Let's bring in the Breath Weapons, cut these two, and I guess a Cabal Ritual. All right, we're on the play. We have the Breath Weapon. And keep... I can turn to a Breath Weapon here. And pass the turn. It'd be really funny if they just like sided in a bunch of Grell Shamans and wrecked me anyway. Do you have it? Satyr Hoplite. Okay, let's cycle. Just play the Lotus Petal here. I don't have to waste my Dark Ritual. Okay, let's see what they do. Like, if they have Mutagenic Growth in hand plus this spell here, let's attempt a Breath Weapon. You have Mutagenic? Unbelievable! Okay, there's just blitzing us out. Dang. Beginning for 6. Let's Dark Ritual, put a 4/4 on the table. Play another Satyr Hoplite. So if they have any interaction, our creature is dead. I don't think I can block. Play a land, pass the turn. Now I'm able to block. They could potentially kill me with just this Hoplite though. I'm going to be planning on blocking here and then cycling the Granite Stinger to make this a 6/5. Fine. Are they going to be able to give it double strike too? Just reckless charging it up. Okay. It's an 11/5. You have the Assault Strobe. We died. On to round 4. Round 4, on the play versus Yakahara. Lots of stuff to do. Let's keep it. We do need more lands. We can cycle 2 times on turn 1. What is Yakahara going to be up to today? Pass the turn. They play a Forest. They're going to Ponza us. We have to cycle, looking for another land. Okay, walls, not Ponza. So, just try to speed. This is just a speed game. Cycle. Cycle the Street Wraith. Cycle another Street Wraith. At least our lands are going to be safe, but we need to find more mana. Cycle again. Ball Ritual. Okay. Turn 2, they play a Forest. They currently have 4 mana if they want to sacrifice the Tinderwall right away. There's a Quirion Ranger. They have 3 mana for an Axebane Guardian. Does that kill us this turn? Find Songs of the Damned. And cycle the Stinger. And then pass the turn. Put back, I guess I put the Elementalist into the graveyard. So now this turn is going to be Songs, Cabal, cycle. They cast a Winding Way. Finding Lead the Stampede, Battlement, Wall of Roots. So they can play the Battlement, and then they can untap the Axebane for another 2 mana. Wall of Roots here. I have 1 untap this, but they play the land this turn. They have 3 mana right now. Just play the Wall of Roots. Their turn 3, so it'll be our turn 4 off 1 mana. Has to Lead the Stampede instead. Okay. I think we're sitting okay here. Alright, they have the combo on their turn. It's in for 1. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. Songs of the Damned. Cycle. Another Songs. Perfect. Cycle again. Make sure to cast the Cabal Ritual. Cycle some more creatures. Cycling. We have found a Deadly Dispute, so I can Cabal Ritual again. Then Deadly Dispute my land. Boom. Draw 2. Now I have a red mana. Play the Lotus Petal. Form is 5. Cycle this Barrenmoor. Play the Great Furnace. Tap it. Deadly Dispute the Great Furnace. Yeah, I want to Deadly Dispute the Great Furnace, maintaining the red. Dark Ritual. Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. Get back Elementalist. Then get back everything else. Street Wraiths first. Could not get everything. Cycle the Wraiths. Ball Ritual. They have a bunch more mana. Awesome. Another Street Wraith cycle. I want to save this Deadly Dispute for the Ardent Elementalist. Cycle. Don't want to cycle that yet. Cycle this Carabid. Start reaping. I have to be careful not to click things too quickly. Let's cycle and cycle. Okay, Lotus Petal's good. Okay, I think we have more than enough to win now. Teachings for we have teachings for songs as well. Recycling, healer, finding another Cabal ritual. Should probably get rid of this. More space on my screen. Cycle this Carabid. Finding a Lotus Petal. Play the Lotus Petal and the Lotus Petal. And Elementalist. Back songs. I love how you have this interaction of Deadly Disputing this Elementalist here and cycling some more. We have so much mana on the table, actually. We have 6 mana on the table. Cycle. Well, Street Wraith, we're at 11 life. 2 mana available. We're cycling a Horror, cycle again. Songs, Dark Ritual, songs, teachings. Grab another songs, cast that songs. This is for 18. We can teachings again. Grab the last songs, cast the last songs, reap in the graves, get everything back. 6. Okay, so I'm going to spam clicking all my stuff. Then I will play out all my things. Don't really need to play out the healer here, but I can if I want to. Cast a stinger, cast another stinger, and then another one. If I play the healer, then I can cycle all the Street Wraiths freely, but I think cycling 4 Street Wraiths is fine, going to 1 life. Cycle. You're at 7, or you're at 16, 12, 8. Carabid again. Cycle Street Wraith. Cool. Turn 4 on the play, so they would have had the turn 4 on the draw. We have to look for a turn 3, and there's really not that much to do just to resubmit. We want to race them. And if this hand had another land, we would be cooking, but I think we have to mulligan. We have 1 land, double songs. Let's keep this. The question is, do I put back the songs or a cycler? I think a cycler is probably fine, because I don't want to have to go to the bottom of my deck to get this. They play a Forest and a Caretaker. Baron Moore, pass the turn. Drawing another Cabal Ritual was medium. Plays Battlement. They have 3 cards in hand. And plays a Tinderwall, 2 cards in hand. They mulliganed 6. We'll cycle this Street Wraith. See if we can find another land. We found another land. Great Furnace. Pass the turn. They play a Battlement. They have just this colored source here for blue mana. Let's see what they're going to do. Pass the Winding Way. Finding Forest, Axebane, Tuk-Tuk. Yikes. So they can play the Tuk-Tuk right now, and then that... Wow, I think they messed up. They're giving me the opportunity to win. So they have Axebane. One unknown in hand. Cycle this. Cabal Ritual is not great. I guess I'm going to Cabal Ritual, then Deadly Dispute this Great Furnace, the Lotus Petal, 5, cycle Avantasaur, put 6 in the graveyard, then go black, black, 7 in the graveyard, that's Cabal Ritual, cycle, Deadly Disputes, guess we Songs of the Damned, and Reaping, back Street Wraith, and then our 2 other creatures. Cycle. Another Reaping. Cycle again. Another Reaping. Cycle again. Street Wraith is really good. Phantasaur. Finding a Teachings. Alright, Songs of the Damned. We get back our Carabid. Cycle that. So we have 1, 2 Street Wraiths. Let's cycle. Ball Ritual is quite good. And Reaping. Getting back the healer, and then start with the 2 Street Wraiths. Street Wraith, all the rest of my creatures. So we have like 5 cycles before we die. Stinger, cycle. Dark Ritual is great. Okay. Cycle. Not cycling the Baron more. Cycle the Stinger. On a land, cycle this. Cycle that. Another land. Cycle. Another land. Okay, I mean, I guess I cycled a Carabid. Couldn't find it. Play a land. Pass the turn. Discarding a Baronmoor. Let's see if we get a turn 4. Maybe that was greedy of me to go on that turn. We wasted a lot of resources. If we can find Songs of the Damned, I think we can win anyway, because we can Songs into Deadly Dispute, Mystical Teachings for Songs, Songs again, Reaping. 1, 2 Reapings. So we know that they have Tuk Tuk and Quirion Ranger. Maybe I shouldn't yield until the next end step. I don't know if they're going to go after my land or something. Weird. Is it Quirion Ranger? We're at 10 life. Tuk Tuk. So they have 2 unknowns in hand. Another Axebane. What's your last card? Ender's End. So they're going to attack for 6. Okay. Cycle. We crack their food. Gets in for 6. So we're dead next turn to just the attacks. Okay, let's cycle the Street Wraith. Go to 2. We have 2 Songs and 1 Reaping left in the deck. 1, 2, 3 Cabal Rituals are already gone. 1 Dark Ritual. So we have 4 Rituals, 2 Songs. Opponents forgot they are F6'd, not F6'd. Find a Stinger. So I'm going to tap my lands. Deadly Dispute on the red one. Deadly Dispute again. Alright, GG. So I clearly tried to go for it too early. Let's try again. We're aiming for a turn 4. It seems unlikely they'll be able to turn 3 us. On the play. I think this is a keep. I'm going to go Baron Moor, turn 2, Ritual, cycle. Our opponent mulligans to 6. Now, if I find a second land off the top, then I don't have to Dark Ritual, cycle. Which I could. Why don't you just keep saying that over and over? Our opponent's mulliganing to 4. So that means we have lots of time, I assume. So we don't have to, like, rush it. Okay, first we're going to play the Baron Moor and pass the turn. It has 4 cards in hand, now 5. Forest. Caretaker, that's a decent start. Another land, so I will pass the turn. 4 cards for our opponent. Plays a Quirion Ranger. So this allows them to go tap, untap, play the land, tap the land, go Winding Way. Very good Mold of 4. Looks like that's not what they're going to do, though. Cycle again. Kind of Reaping. A land. Cycle the Healer. Maybe there's no reason to do that. Okay, play my land and pass the turn. My turn 3. Turn 3 for the opponent. It's always great for us as a combo deck if you get more and more time, especially versus an opponent that's not necessarily going to interact with us. But they could have the Mirror Shell Crab. Looks like they had wanted to have 3 mana so they could cast an Axebane Guardian. Here's the Axebane Guardian. All right, let's cycle. Cycle again. Ball Ritual. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. I'm going to Dark Ritual. I'm going to Deadly Dispute on my red land. Now I have enough mana to go off. Ball Ritual. Cycle my Vantasaur. My land. Ball Ritual again. Ball Ritual again. Deadly Dispute on the land. We only have 5 creature cards in the graveyard. We're going to cycle some more. Cycle again. Okay. We're doing it. Cycling. Carabid goes to the graveyard. We have 9 creature cards. I guess I can afford to cycle the Baron Moors. For the Vault of Whispers, tap it. Cycle the Baron Moor again. Play Lotus Petal. Songs of the Damned. Cast a Reaping. We don't have any Street Wraiths. I think we just have to cycle here. Get back as much as we can and cycle away. Okay, that's all of my creatures, which is actually pretty good. Cycle. Find another Stinger. Healer. I'm not going to cycle the Baron Moor. Cycle. There's a Songs. Yay. Cycle. Cycle again. Yes, and a Reaping. So it should be easy peasy now. I'm going to cycle here. Cycle the Horror. Cast Songs of the Damned. Okay. So now, what do I want to do? We have 1 more Stinger in the graveyard. Cast this Stinger. Cast this Stinger. And then Reaping. Get back everything. I think that's enough mana exactly to kill them. Because it'll be 7 times 3, which is 21 damage. Assuming I don't draw into a Ritual. Cast another Stinger. See if I can get them with Xaxes. Cycle. And they scoop. We win the match. Let's see if we would have drawn into any mana. We would have gotten a song, so it's basically over. And let's go on to round 5. Round 5 versus Jace MTG, who is playing Golgari Gardens, always. Can't keep a no-lander. This is probably good enough. I can get rid of a Dark Ritual. So the only thing we have to watch out for is Bojuka Bog. Play the Baronmoor and pass the turn. We play a Colony Garden. Play the Baronmoor, pass the turn. Play a Swamp. No tax. Let's cycle. For lands. Find a land. Hit a land. I'll pass the turn. Okay. They're going to Deadly Dispute their plant. We have Dark Ritual and Reaping and 4 total creatures. Looks like they're going to go for Thorn of the Black Rose. Okay. So they can dig into their Bojuka Bog faster. We're going to cycle. Cycle again. Cycle again. Cycle again. We find basically the full combo. It looks like we can turn 3. Is this our turn 3? Oh, it's turn 4. Okay. Great. They're dead, I think. We'll find out. So we go Dark Ritual, Deadly Dispute the Great Furnace. Cycle the Street Wraith here. Ritual. We even find another Songs of the Damned. Deadly Dispute the Great Furnace. Play the Great Furnace. Tap it. Play the Lotus Petal. We have 7 creatures in the graveyard. Pass Songs. We have 9, so we can go hold control. So that you have to hold it and press it down the whole time. So hold control to keep priority. I'll press and hold the control key. Pass Songs of the Damned. Pass Reaping the Graves. Boom. And now we're going to cycle as much as we can. Put the Street Wraiths in my hand, and then the rest of the stuff. So that gives us 1 more storm count, and then by the time we're done cycling all these things, we will have more mana from the other songs. Okay. Cycle. Ball Ritual. Now we have plenty of storm. Cycling away. Great Furnace doesn't do anything. Cycle. Granite Stinger. And Deadly Dispute our other land. Dark Ritual. Cycle this Carabid. Cycle a Healer. Okay. Ritual again. 9 creature cards in the graveyard. Turn the Horror. Our opponent's probably sitting on a Snuff Out. Let's cycle again. Cycle again. Okay, this is great. We're just chilling with the Songs of the Damned on the stack. We find a second Songs of the Damned. So we could Reaping right now and then put another Songs of the Damned on the stack. Is that worth it? Need a 4. Maybe it's worth it. All right, let's Reaping. Get back everything. We're just maximizing. I'm min-maxing over here. Take it back. Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith, and the rest. So this is the... We can't cycle more than 3 Street Wraiths. We'll be dead. Vault of Whispers. Cycle. Volvantasaur. Not going to cycle the Baronmoor. Another Street Wraith. That's the last Street Wraith we can cycle right now unless we play out the Healer. Finding another Songs. Okay, let's cycle again. Play the Songs of the Damned. Start cycling away. Almost there. Now I feel like I have plenty of mana. I'm just going to cycle anything I see in my hand. We're cycling. Cycle a Carabid. Looking for, I guess, a way to close the game. Finding a Lotus Petal. 19 cards left in the deck. Uh-oh. Falling out. Cycle. We have 5 mana left. We're cycling this Vantasaur. We find a Deadly Dispute, which I don't think I want to cast just yet. What's happening? Okay, cycle. There was some lag going on. And cycle the Street Wraith. Don't do it. That way over there. Cycle the Healer. Another Petal. Bliss. 16 creatures in the graveyard. Play Songs of the Damned. We find the Reaping. These are my last 2 things it's pointing at. Healer. Huh. Something happened. I misclicked, or I had extra mana. Extra storm count, I mean. Cycle. Alright. So now we have 17. Full Ritual. Petal. Petal. We have 2 Stingers, 3 Stingers in the graveyard. Petal, 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 Petal. Get this other Petal out. And Reaping. I'm going to press yield through this turn so that I don't have to click as much. I'm just going to click through everything. And everything back. I don't want to use my Street Wraiths. So I'm going to turn off the yield through this turn. Go white, red, red, red. Go way over here. I wonder how hard it is to control your hand in Paper. Make another stinger, another stinger, make a healer. Let's cycle. I want to yield to these, and then you always want to click the one that has the fewer amount of triggers to put it on the stack first. So you cycle here, and then you want to click the healer trigger first, and then have it auto stack the rest. Now we're at 4 life. Even have another stinger, as well cast it. Plethora of riches over here. Cycle. Opponent got to take a minute and a half of actions for them. Let's cycle again. There's so much lag that their clock is like going down with these triggers on the stack, but they're F6, so they get their clock back. Kind of funny. And I will cycle with the Street Wraith to kill you. I mean, I didn't necessarily need to put the healers in play. GG. So post board's gonna be a lot harder. I have to go check their list. Our opponent is playing Relic of Progenitus, Oof, and Rotten Reunion. We want to bring in a couple of Ingot Chewers and the Mirror Shell Crab. They're also playing Give her this Teachings, a couple of Cabal Rituals, and 1 Horror. This is for the relics, this is for the Weather the Storm. We also just have to watch out for those Rotten Reunions. And then Troublemaker Oof can go after our mana base. So we want like a solid hand. They also might have Duresses or something. Okay, we cannot keep this hand. Mulligan, no lands. Okay, this is keepable. Can get rid of maybe Stinger. I'll be putting that on the bottom. Let's put the Caravan on the bottom, I guess. They lead on to Colony Garden. Alright, I pressed F8, but it doesn't work when you have Street Wraith available. Play the Baron Moor and pass the turn. Opponent cycles a Troll, finds a Swamp, and that's it for them. Okay. Play a land, I'll pass the turn. They cycle another Troll, finding a Haunted Mire. Plays the Haunted Mire. They have 2 mana available, so they still are holding up Weather the Storm here. Obviously, okay, they play a Lembas. Sure. We're going to cycle this Horror. I want to cycle the things that are the least important to my game plan first. Find a Chewer. Cycle the Street Wraith. Find a Songs. Cycle. Okay, so do we just go for it? We have 4 in the graveyard. In Dark Ritual, that's 5. Deadly Dispute. Then I can cast Cabal Ritual. Alright, I'm going to try it. Dark Ritual. Deadly Dispute this land. 6 cards in the graveyard. 4 creature cards. I guess I can Ingot Chewer that. Doesn't help that much. But it does add Storm. And then I'll have more mana off the Songs. I can Songs, Cabal Ritual, and try to go for it. Okay, let's attempt. Evoke this. Blow up your Lembas. Okay, that goes back. Songs. Cabal Ritual. Reaping. Don't really need to get back the Ingot Chewer. Back Street Wraith, 2. Cycle. Okay, I'm looking for another Songs. Cycling away. Finding a Reaping. There's a Songs. Cycle. And Songs for 7. Okay. Here. Cycle the Stinger. Dark Ritual is good. Question is, do I cycle the Baron Moor or not? I think I'm going to cycle the Baron Moor on this Dark Ritual. Let's cycle again. Ritual. Reaping. Maybe I ran out of mana. Doot. It's probably really aggressive to go for it in this spot. Cycling the Street Wraiths here. Even more Street Wraiths. So many Street Wraiths. Cycle this. Cycle the Healer. I think we're running out of action here. And a Deadly Dispute. Still haven't found another land, which is kind of wild. Okay. And cycle? I think I fizzled. Okay, that sucks. Discard the Baron Moor. That was my fault, I guess. Let's see what their follow-up is here, if they would have wrecked us or not. They passed the turn. Play Great Furnace. Play Lotus Petal. The Fanatical offering their plant. So I was clearly way too aggressive. Passing. I'm gonna Deadly Dispute my Lotus Petal. Okay. Maybe I should have cycled as well. That was kind of a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking there. I land. Lotus Petal again. Passing the turn. We have 2 songs gone. So 2 songs left on the deck. The Fanatical offering their map. Okay. Deadly Dispute their map, or their map again, yeah. We have a bunch of cards in hand. That's for sure. Passing. 10 cards in hand. Okay, now I'm going to Deadly Dispute the Lotus Petal. Draw some cards. Cycle. Songs of the Damned. Cycle here. Street Wraith. Let's cycle that. Run a Great Furnace. Okay, so they probably have Rotten Reunion in hand. Like, so they cast 1, 2, 3 Rotten Reunions right now. With a Great Furnace. Oh, my heart's racing. Cycle. Cycle this one. Cycle again. Cycle this healer. Cycle another healer. Play Songs of the Damned. Songs of the Damned again. It's Ardent Elementalist. We have 1, 2. All my songs are gone. I'm going to try to get back a Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute on my Ardent Elementalist. Deadly Dispute on my land. Okay. Cycle. I have 28 mana. I'm looking for my cycle again. Ball Ritual. Goal. I probably should have just tried to build up a storm count. Playing those out. There's the Mirror Shell Crab. 1, 2, 3. The Cabal Ritual. Reaping the Graves, get back Elementalist. All my free stuff, as well as all my stingers. We'll go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get back 3 Street Wraiths. 1, 2, 3. All the stingers. 2, 3, 4. See what happens here. You're tapping red mana? Rotten Reunion, Adrena Stinger. Okay. Get my stuff back. Go red. I want to go Elementalist. Back Songs of the Damned. Got some stingers. Weather the Storm. Grab your weather. That's exactly how we drew it up. Let's see if they have a second weather. Okay, they're going to gain 3 life. Second Weather the Storm. Okay. 1, 2. We have a Lotus Petal left in the deck. That's another stinger. Cycle. Lotus Petal. Red. That's a stinger. Again. Well, let's see. Cycle again. So if I make this, well, we're out of stingers anyway. I can play Lotus Petal, say white, then Songs of the Damned, or just Reaping right now. Songs of the Damned, Reaping everything back. Using all of my stuff here. Let's see if we have enough to win. I don't think I care about the crab. I press F6. Everything comes back to hand. Turn off F6. White. That's the healer. Cycle. So this should be enough, maybe? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. No more Reapings. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times 3 is 30 some odd. They beat me with the double weather. Should have crabbed. Cycling away. Sort of disappointed. There's 2 cyclers on the bottom. Okay, cycle this one. Off auto yields. 0 cards in library. And we're just going to cycle and see if it's enough. Putting those cycling triggers on the stack. Cycle. We're at 39. So I need 10, 11, 12 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I guess I'll just put these on the stack before I concede. This opponent is my least favorite opponent in the world. They always seem to squeak it out. They're a good player. I'm wrecked. I am wrecked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Darn. They're going to be at like 6 life. All right, GG. Oh my god, that was only game 2. Holy moly, I have 6 minutes left? Oh my goodness. Okay. I thought it was over. Okay, I'm gonna just restart my app. I can't believe that was only game 2. I feel dumb. I feel dumb now. All right, that's okay. Whew, I have 6 minutes. I can accomplish it in 6 minutes, right? Yikes. I thought that was it. Let's mulligan. Keep, put back a land. Play the land. So I basically lost because I went for it too early and I fizzled. And then I freaking just didn't count. All right. Play Colony Garden. Let's pass the turn. No attacks to the opponent. Cycle. Cycle again. Plenty of Street Wraith. Play the land. Okay. We cycle a Troll. 2 creature cards. We have Reaping. Cycles another Troll. Is a Haunted Mire. Cycle. Cycle this. 3 creature cards in the graveyard. Play a land. As I pass. We cycle another Troll for another land so they can go double weather again. Plays a Lembas. And an F6. We have 5 minutes on the clock. What a crazy game. All right, I'll pass the turn. Basically for them, all they have to do is survive because I'm going to time out if I don't win. They can just chill. Cycle this healer. I pass the turn. They deadly dispute their plant. Gain some life with a Lembas. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 creature cards in the graveyard. Land. You're going to play a Wellspring. Yep. Go to cleanup. Cycle of Antisaur. 5 in the graveyard. The Lotus Petal. I think I can accomplish it in 5 minutes, but I have to be able to beat like multiple weathers and stuff. Play a Wellspring. Yukabog. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Best songs. Deadly Dispute on the Lotus Petal. Then Reaping the Graves. Back my creatures. Bog's gonna resolve. Cycle. Again. 4 minutes. Okay. Okay. Cycle. Find the crab. Cycle this one. 4 minutes. Okay, I think I have to try to go for it right now. Cycle. 6 in the graveyard. Cycle. 7 in the graveyard. Ball Ritual. Oh, that was not enough in the graveyard somehow. Cycle again. Songs of the Damned. Recycling. 3 minutes. Cycle. Again. I'm cycling away. Just gotta talk. Gotta do stuff. Storm is 3. Dark Ritual. Deadly Dispute. This one. Ball Ritual. Cycling away. 3 minutes. Let's go. Red. The Ardent Elementalist. Get back the Deadly Dispute. And Spinning Darkness, my creature. Okay. Fine. Songs. Deadly Dispute the land. I have to find Reaping right now. Alright, GG. I tried. I failed. Yikes. That's okay. That was like way too much pressure for me, to be honest, in the end. With like no mana and no nothing going on. Oh my goodness. I really got in my own head there. And that's why I wanted to play 2 Mirror Shell Crabs. Stupid Weather Storm timeouts. Alright. Well, if you made it to the end, hope you're not as tired as I am. We'll see you in the next video.